Welcome, Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising, to your general weekly tarot reading for January 13th through January 19th. Of course, dates are approximate and flexible. You may find resonance with this message whenever you view it, or you may find none at all since it's general, so just take anything that resonates with you, leave the rest for someone else. And remember, never ever put someone else's judgment or opinion above your own, okay? And as we do the card selection, I just want to share with you a pre-reading meditation message. So this scenario could go either way, but I felt more strongly that someone is looking, or maybe about to be looking, for your approval related to a life choice of some sort. Don't know what that is. It could be anything. In some cases, I feel as though it's a young woman, a young female, but again, not necessarily so. And you need to tell this person that it's none of your business. In other words, no one can make decisions for anyone else. And you'd really be doing this person a big service by telling him or her that it's none of your business and that he or they have to make their own decisions. And now it could be vice versa. It could be that you're looking for someone else's approval, and then you need to know that it's none of their business. Okay? We cannot rely on other people to make decisions for us. Now, sometimes other people can help us talk things out, but we need to each use our own unique decision-making mechanism to decide what's right for us, whether it's our gut response, our if our emotions, we need emotional clarity, if we have, if it's our intuition, or our heart's desire, or even taking some time to do some research, do some contemplating. Whatever it is that we should be doing, that's what we should be doing. And you can't make decisions for this person. That's just what I got. Don't know how many, if any of you, that will apply to, but that's... Oh, I also, I also got the ice cream man. Don't know what that means to anyone, or if it means anything to anyone, but the ice cream man, okay? But yeah, I don't know what that means in this case, all right? So anyway, before I do the cards, I just want to say that if you are returning to this channel, I hope there was no confusion, because I recently had an experience that inspired me to change the name of this channel to High Priestess Influence. So welcome to High Priestess Influence. And yeah, so I hope that was not confusing for anyone. And also, I also just realized that a lot of the comments that people are making are being like kind of auto spammed by YouTube. And I'm not technologically savvy, and I don't really know much about navigating around YouTube. That's not my thing. But I've been looking for a setting. I can't find it. If there's a setting that I can change that will make these comments not go to spam. I was able to see that some of them really were spam, but then I was able to see others that did not seem at all like spam. They seemed like really nice people making really nice comments, and I feel bad that I didn't, at least like the comments. So I just want to keep that in mind. If you make a comment and it's not there, it's not, I didn't do it. So anyway, let's get into the reading. Sorry about that divergence there. Okay. So, or digression. Anyway, let's take a look at what we have here. So, from the minor arcana, we have the physical realm, the mental realm, and then the spiritual realm. In other words, what's going on in your physical world, what is on your mind, and the message from the spiritual realm, and the overall energy here. So let's take a look. We have the Five of Pentacles reversed. So the 5 is the number of change, and I really think that's exactly what's going on here. You're changing your outlook, your experience, or I don't know if you're changing it or it's changing. Of course, it's changing in relation to your vibration. But I feel like there's a shift here. You may have recently, I don't want to say come into money, because that makes it sound like a tremendous amount, and that's not necessarily the case. It could be for some of you, but it's not necessarily the case. You may have gotten a bonus or a raise or paid off some bills. I feel as though something recently occurred for you that has made you feel a little bit more prosperous. Like, I feel like it's a gradual thing. Like you're leaving behind, and maybe even in 2019, right? You're leaving behind that feeling of lack, that lackful vibration. So now we are in a new year, which, is bringing with it brand new energies. For example, we're in a universal year of 4. 2020, 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 0 reduces to 4. 4 is the number of stability and foundations. And during a universal year, as a collective, as groups, and as individuals, we will be doing things, creating things, working on things that create a more stable foundation for us, or create foundations that will, support us in the next several years. So it's that energy of solidifying foundations or creating new foundations, and just creating a stability to move into the future with. And so that may be part of what's behind this gradual improvement as far as your outlook on your financial situation, because that's what I'm feeling here. It's a positive outlook, a positive being. It's on its way to being more positive. Okay. I do feel as though, if this resonates with you, you have been experiencing a feeling of money being tight, of things aren't getting better. How recent this has been for you, I don't know, because the energy doesn't just change on a dime with January 1st. Beginning in the fall, the energies start shifting from one year into another, and it's more gradual, right? It's not an automatic snap of the finger. All of a sudden, we're setting foundations. So you may have been gradually moving into an experience of establishing more stability for yourself, in the sense that maybe you're making a little more money, or again, maybe you've paid off bills, but that's allowing you to save more money. That's allowing you to have more money to spend. But I feel as though it's a very gradual thing here. Okay? So in your mental realm, you have the 8 of Pentacles reversed. So I'm feeling as though you're shifting your focus as far as your money goes. You're looking at it from a different vantage point. You're not looking at it the same way. Again, an improvement in your vibration. But it's a very gradual thing. So you might not even be that aware of it. Or maybe you're aware of it enough to say to yourself as you're listening to this, oh yeah, that sounds like me. That sounds right. My relationship with money is improving. Because don't forget, everything is vibrational. Everything is energetic. Every relationship, including your relationship with money. And so many of us are walking this planet with a terrible relationship with money, terrible financial vibrations. And, listen, been there, done that, still doing it. You know what I mean? Like, I know, it really gets, ingrained into us from a young age, unless you maybe if you're a more financially fortunate person in the sense that you were born into money, you may not have experienced that. But I feel like the majority of us feel that in some way, shape, or form, and to some extent, and we develop that relationship with money in our childhood, and it really makes it more of a challenge to change that vibration. And for most of us, it does change slowly, and it is gradual, which is why you might not notice it so much. But I feel as though you're changing your focus, you're turning things around here with the Eight of Pentacles reversed. You're changing your focus. In fact, you might even be able to relax a little bit more and not focus so much on the money where it's causing you a negative vibration. And you know what's interesting with the Devil energy here? I'm really feeling that this is about, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh God, what's the word I'm looking for? I want to say money, but it's about, it's about like a focus on the material world. That's what I'm looking for, I guess. A focus on the material world, the material being. So I'm thinking that your focus on the material world has improved. The devil is upright here. And the devil often is related to old thought habits and everything, but I'm feeling that your relationship with money is improving, and that includes the material world. So you might be kind of like enjoying some of your material gain. Maybe you got some interesting gifts over the holiday season, and you're enjoying them. Maybe you just recently got a new car, and you're enjoying that. I feel as though you're enjoying the material world more than you ever have. So you have the Eight of Swords followed by the Queen of Wands reversed. So now, the Eight of Swords, I feel very clearly what this card is saying to you here. The universe is saying, yeah, it's been in your power all along, my Taurus friends. It's been up to you all along to release yourself from these ties that have bound you. It was only your self-limiting beliefs that have been holding you back. But the 8 is the number of power. And you have another 8 here too. You have the power to turn this around. You have the power to leave behind the self-limiting beliefs. It's always been up to you, Taurus. So you can release yourself from those limiting beliefs, and you can walk away from this makeshift prison of swords. And your sturdy foundation, that castle is on a very sturdy foundation of stone there. You can turn around and acknowledge that sturdy foundation that you have. As long as you can release yourself from these self-limiting beliefs, you can stand in your own power, but it's your power and yours alone. No one else can vibrate for you financially, including the Queen of Wands reversed. Now, this could indicate a fire sign. This could be an Aries, a Leo, or a Sag. But this Queen of Wands, whether it's a fire sign or not, male or female, it doesn't matter. This person cannot vibrate for you. So it doesn't really matter what sign or what gender. this may be someone whose outlook is not helpful to you. You know, with this card in the reverse, it may be that someone in your life, it could be a family member or a friend, a coworker, it could even be a boss. You'll have to figure out, who this is for you. You probably know already, but there may be someone who, not intentionally, I don't feel as though there are bad intentions here, but this person may also have their own issues with money, their own negative vibrations regarding abundance. And they may feel like they have to work really hard for it, or that they don't have enough coming in, and they may talk about it. They may share that with you, and that may affect your vibration. Okay, I don't feel as though this is intentional. I don't feel as though it is malicious. It's just that this person may be experiencing their own difficulties, and they are not in alignment with who they really are when it comes to the finances. They may have a negative outlook regarding it. They may feel like they have no control over their finances and their financial future and destiny. They're just not feeling it right now, and it may be affecting your financial vibration. But I also feel as though you are recognizing that, and you aren't trying to chastise that person or blame that person. It isn't that person. It's you, because you can only attract that. In fact, this is a mutual give and take here, Taurus. You can only attract to you the essence of the vibration you put out there. So it may be that the two of you are going back and forth talking about your finances, and whether you realize it or not, you're throwing, limiting beliefs out there. You are throwing negativity out there. So even if you're thinking, wow, maybe someday we can afford this or that, there's a maybe, but I doubt it. There's not a belief, there's not a high vibration, there's not an expectation. There's a hope, but there's room for doubt. And that's where that mixed bag of vibration comes in here. But I do feel as though you are turning your focus around, right? Often this card for me, when I see it upright, it's the card of focus, of putting the blinders on, but often in a positive way, not always, but with it reversed, I immediately got the feeling that you're changing your perspective, you're changing your focus regarding money here. So I feel like you're on the right path. I feel like you're enjoying material gain, and I really enjoy that energy, and I think you should continue to enjoy it. And I really hope that even if this specific reading doesn't resonate with you completely, but you do recognize that you have a mixed vibration with your finances, that you might take some time to be deliberate about your financial focus. And it might be easier for you to do so on a general level. So in other words, don't focus, if it's too difficult for you to get in a positive vibration, don't focus specifically on your bank account, how much you're making, how many bills you have to write. Focus in general on the feeling of stability, as we talked about earlier, right? If you're able to pay your bills, focus on that in a positive way. Say to yourself, you know what? I partook of this service, and now I have this bill, and I can pay it. And you know what? That makes me feel really good, because I can pay it. I can partake of this service, and I can afford to pay this. That is wonderful. That is wonderful, And not that you want to focus on the opposite end of that, but if you just briefly say to yourself, wow, you know what? There may be some people who can't, but I can. I can, and I can't vibrate for them. So I want to just be appreciative of the fact that I can pay this bill. You know, maybe you go out for a bite to eat and the check comes and you can appreciate the fact that you're able to do that. I'm able to go out to eat. I'm able to pay this bill, this check, and I appreciate that. And I appreciate the fact that people are here working hard to serve me, and then I can come out and enjoy this experience. And if others are involved, I can appreciate them and their company. You know, if you can gradually work that up and be deliberate every time. Every time you maybe have to spend money, try to look at the positive side of it, because there are two sides to every coin, and you can choose which side you look at. Okay, this was a general reading. Might not resonate with you. If not, check out your moon and rising sign messages, my Taurus friends. But I want to thank you so much for being with me. If you'd like to support the channel, all you have to do is click like and even subscribe if you haven't done so already. But I want to thank you again for being with me, and I hope to see you back here again next week, my beautiful Taurus friends.